で読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているキスしたいとで読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているしたいとで読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているキスしたいとで読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているで読み直している
Live here for Game 2 of the series between the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks and the Pierre Trappers. A big day for the Trappers yesterday as they walked off the Whiskey Jacks in 12 innings off a walk-off error committed by yesterday's catcher in Rhett Stein. We'll take you through the starting lineups first for the visiting Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. The Whiskey Jacks will lead things off with the second baseman, number 11, Ethan Sitzman. Batting second, the shortstop, number 25, Dean Bittner. Batting third, the first baseman, number 31, Jackson Sorensen. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 15, Owen Viano. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 3, Nolan Lingley. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 21, Houston Fogelstrom. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 26, Dylan McKee. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 9, Keenan O'Brien. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 19, Trey Guajardo. On the mound for the Whiskey Jacks will be number 33 in Ronnie Pietmeyer. For the Pierre Trappers, they're going to have a new player joining them today, as leading things off will be the center fielder, number 5, Andrew Kim. Batting second, the second baseman, number 17, Ty Stouse. Batting third, the first baseman, number 35, Nicholas Strong. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 23, Brock Reinhardt. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 13, Brendan Perez. New for the Trappers, making his debut for Pierre tonight, the left fielder, number 24, Jacob Griffin. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 20, Cole Yancey. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 1, Richie Williams. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 2, in Thomas McKenna. On the mound tonight for the Pierre Trappers will be number 34, in Fisher Rausch. New player for the Pierre Trappers will be Jacob Griffin, out of Ottawa University in Arizona. Calls Cave Creek, Arizona his hometown, is an outfielder that's joining the Trappers here in game number 43 on their season. Will get the start in left field after getting to Pierre yesterday, or into Pierre this morning, and will be making his first start this evening. So Jacob Griffin being thrown straight into the fire as the starting lineups are being announced here from Hyde Stadium. So he gets set for first pitch between the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks and the Pierre Trappers. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem and be back here for first pitch in game 2 of 2 here from Hyde Stadium between Wheat City and Pierre.
Fans, if you now please stand and remove cover as we honor our nation's colors and honor those who gave their lives for our freedom, those still deployed, and those who have returned safely. Those in attendance are reminded that proper respect is to remove any headgear and stand at attention with your hand over your heart. Retired military and active duty personnel out of uniform may salute the flag. Tonight's anthem is being performed by Stephanie Otto.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
national anthem has been sung, and that means it's time to play ball here from Hyde Stadium between the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks and the Pierre Trappers. We'll take you through the defensive order for the Pierre Trappers one more time, and the batting order once more for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. The flag doesn't show it, but it's somewhat of a windy day here in the capital city of South Dakota. You can see it on the players' uniforms as well as their jerseys flapping in the wind. The flag out in center field isn't showing much as it's blocked by the Boys and Girls Club out in center field. But the other flag's out on Sioux Avenue, which is over the right field wall here in Pierre, blowing in winds from left to right. So we'll take a look at the defensive lineup for the Pierre Trappers as they have their pregame huddle on the first baseline before they'll break and explode out onto the field. Trappers trying for a sweep of the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks after a victory in yesterday's game in walk-off fashion. Taking a look at the weather for the Pierre Trappers and the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks here on this Thursday, July 15th, 2021. A mostly sunny day here in Pierre, 86-degree temperatures with 35% humidity. It's also a feels like of 86 degrees. Wind blowing at approximately 13 miles per hour. Taking a look at the defensive order for the Pierre Trappers, they're going to have Jacob Griffin, the new player, in left field, Andrew Kim in center, Richie Williams in right, Brendan Perez at third base, Cole Yancey at short, Ty Stouse at second, Strong at first, Roush on the mound, and Thomas McKenna behind the plate. Batting order one more time for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. The Whiskey Jacks will go with Sitzman, the second baseman, leading off, then the shortstop Bittner, the first baseman Sorensen, the DH Viano, the left fielder Lingley, the right fielder Fogelstrom, the third baseman McKee, the catcher O'Brien, and the center fielder Guajardo will round things out for the Jacks. It was a tight game throughout. It was also a fast game until the 8th inning. The Pierre Trappers put up 1 to tie the ball game at 3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 more hours later and 5 innings later in the 12th inning, the Trappers finally walked it off a fielder's choice bunt by Brock Reinhardt and an error by the catcher in Stein that drove home the game-winning run. So leading things off for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks will be the group of Sitzman, Bittner, and Sorensen. Sitzman will lead things off. He went 1 for 5 with a pair of strikeouts yesterday. As Fisher Roush warms up onto the mound, Fisher Roush in 6 games and 4 starts carries a 1-3 record with a 6.75 ERA. Did not have a good outing last time at Hyde Stadium against the Hastings Sodbusters, but will look to rebound as now the leadoff batter in Ethan Sitzman will step into the batter's box for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Sitzman again 1 for 5 yesterday with a pair of strikeouts. For Sitzman, it was a 1 for 5 day with 4 flyouts and a walk. So Sitzman leads things off here from Hyde Stadium. Game 2 between these two teams as the first pitch is in there for a called strike number 1. So Roush starting off the day with a strike called. The 0-1, Roush working quickly on a second pitch that's also called a strike. So ahead in the count 2-0 to begin the ball game. 0-2 to begin the ball game. The windup and pitch by Roush. A fly ball hit to right field. Chasing back on that is Williams. Williams will reach up in right field to make the catch for the out. And out number 1 of the inning. So it'll bring up now Dean Bittner. Bittner had a sacrifice fly going 0 for 0 yesterday with an RBI. First pitch to him will fall in for strike number 1. That second pitch will be taken for strike number 2. O2 will be popped up towards the right side. Underneath that one will be the first baseman and Strong, who reaches up to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Excuse us, as 2 away now. So Jackson Sorensen taking the first pitch for a ball from Fisher Rausch, 2 away in the inning. After the fly out to right by Sitzman and the foul out to first base by Bittner. 1-0 pitch will be called a strike. One taken on the outside part of the plate will push the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and 1 strike, excuse me. As a foul ball will push the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Jackson Sorensen, who did not bat in yesterday's game but did bat against the Badlands Big Sticks, 1 for 3 with an RBI 2 games ago against Badlands, as a foul ball will keep the count where it is. So 2-2 the new count to Sorensen. Rausch trying to get through the inning without letting a Whiskey Jack get on board. A swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. And tagged out on the play by McKenna. It's a strikeout on Sorensen. Was a bit confused, but it's a strikeout nonetheless. A strikeout swinging with a 2 unassisted. Rausch gets through the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Whiskey Jacks. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Due up for the Trappers, Andrew Kim, Ty Stouse, and Nick Strong when we come back for the bottom of the first inning.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dano's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dano's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dano's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Back for the bottom of the first inning, defensive order for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. We'll have Lingley in left, Guajardo in center, Fogelstrom in right, McKee at third, Bittner at short, Sitzman, the second baseman, Sorensen at first, Pete Meyer on the mound with O'Brien behind the plate. The Trappers will line up with Kim, the center fielder, batting first. Then the second baseman, Stouse, the first baseman, Strong, the DH, Reinhardt, the third baseman, Perez, the left fielder, Griffin, the shortstop, Yancey, the right fielder, Williams, and the catcher in McKenna. On the mound for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks will be Ronnie Pietmeyer as Andrew Kim steps into the box. Pietmeyer in 8 games, 7 starts, has a 1-3 record with a 9 ERA, walking 25 and striking out 19 to this point of the season. So here comes the first pitch from Pietmeyer. It will go at the knees for a called strike number 1. So an 0-1 count to Kim, who went 2 for 4 yesterday with a walk and 2 strikeouts, batting .294 on the year. A 0-1 will be fouled into the screen for strike number 2 as the Trappers took a 1-0 lead in the first inning yesterday. They held a 2-0 lead heading into the 5th inning when the Whiskey Jacks tied it, or the 4th inning. The Whiskey Jacks would then take the lead in the 5th inning where they held it for most of the game till the bottom of the 8th. 0-2 on the way, pitch taken high and outside for ball number 1, a ball and 2 strikes. To the leadoff batter for the Pierre Trappers. Trappers with their win yesterday did not gain any ground with a Fremont victory. 1-2, back up the middle. It will be a leadoff base hit for Andrew Kim. Rounds towards second base, but will stay there with a single. So it now brings up Ty Stouse after the leadoff single to Kim. Stouse in yesterday's performance struck out 3 times, walking once, getting a base hit in the 4th. In extra innings, only had 1 at bat. It was a ground out to first, unassisted. It's the first pitch to him, taken low for ball number 1 from Pietmeyer. For Ronnie Pietmeyer, a 9 ERA is not the start to the season that he would have liked. The native of Woodstock, Georgia, at a Chattanooga State Community College is popping up, thinking about throwing down to first base was O'Brien, but instead it will just miss for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. They'll wind up and deal on the pitch on the inside part of the plate, but that one will be called a strike to Stouse. 2-1, the new count, bottom of the first. 1 on, nobody out as the Trappers try to strike first for the 2nd game in a row against the Whiskey Jacks. Both teams wearing gray pants today. For the Whiskey Jacks, navy blue uniforms with baby blue numbers with Wheat City spelled across the front. Now a throw down to first base. It will not be in time as sliding back in safely as Kim. A hitter's count will go to Ty Stouse. Trappers wearing gray uniforms with Pierre in blue across the front. Navy blue numbers on the back. Caps for the Whiskey Jacks, navy blue with it looks to be gray brims. And for the Trappers, their navy blue caps, as a fly ball hit into left field. Underneath that one will be Lingley in foul territory, who reaches up to make the catch for out number 1 of the inning. So Strong becomes the new batter. Strong in yesterday's game went 1 for 4, striking out once. Strong flew out to right field twice before getting a big leadoff double in the 6th inning, and unfortunately for the Trappers, could not drive him in. So Strong bats with 1 away and 1 on. The 3-hole spot today as a pickoff, and they've got Kim in a rundown. The throw over to the second baseman, Sitzman, now onto Sorensen, making a tackle over at second base was Sitzman, but it will be enough to get the out, so Kim caught stealing between the base paths. And all of a sudden, there are now 2 outs in the frame. So now with 1 on and 1 out, it's now quickly turned to nobody on and 2 outs, as the Trappers' chances of scoring here in the first inning is now going to have to become a 2-out rally, starting with the batter Strong. First pitch will bounce in the dirt to Strong, 1 ball and no strikes. and that would have gotten Kim over to second base if he had stayed still. Trappers trying to be aggressive, and it did not pay off. Umpires in today's game, same as yesterday, but switched their positions with Samuel Barrett in the field and Tristan Jones behind the plate. 1-0, skied in the infield. Underneath that one's the shortstop, Bittner, who ranges over and drops the baseball. An error by Bittner. It was Sitzman's ball, but Bittner called him off, and it will come back to haunt the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks as it brings up Brock Reinhardt. Reinhardt, after yesterday's performance in which he went 0 for 2, including that game-winning fielder's choice, as the first pitch will be taken outside for ball 1. We'll try to reach on an error once more and extend the inning. Bottom of the first. Pitch from Pete Meyer on the 1-0 will go low for ball number 2. Base coaches for today, different from yesterday. It's usually Coach Jamie at third, and that's the same thing today. However, now moving down from the press box for home games is Nolan Summerfield, who will now become the permanent Trappers first base coach. 2-0 pitch again misses in the dirt. Nothing doing from Strong down at first base as the count will run to 3 balls and no strikes. Red light should be on for the designated hitter, Reinhardt. 3-0 the count, wind up and pitch. That's down the heart of the plate for strike number 1. So at 3-1, runner at first base in Nick Strong after reaching on the air. 3-1 is swung on and missed, and the count will run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first base in a scoreless ball game here in the bottom of the first. Reinhardt, the DH, trying to extend the frame and start a 2-out rally. 3-2, chopped up the middle to Bittner. Bittner again taking it and steps on second base himself. It will be a fielder's choice for Reinhardt. Bittner doesn't seem to know exactly what he's doing at shortstop, but he got it figured out for out number 3 of the inning. Out between first and second is Nick Strong in the inning for the Trappers. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error for the Whiskey Jacks, and 1 runner left on base. Due up for Wheat City will be Viano, Lingley, and Fogelstrom when we come back. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Back for the top of the second inning, as it will be Owen Villano leading things off for the Whiskey Jacks as he'll take the first pitch low and out inside for ball number 1. So Villano leads things off after an 0 for 3 day in yesterday's matchup as the 0-1 check swing appeal down. Say he did. So a ball and a strike to the leadoff batter of the top of the second. One the count. Pitch will run low and inside. Just low as it scrapes into the dirt for a 2-1 count. Two-one foul tip as it goes into the dirt. Barely heard that one chip off the wood. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the designated hitter Owen Villano. Villano walked yesterday as the 4-hole batter in right field. Walked twice in the 0 for 3 performance before being pinch ran for by Cameron Daigle in the 11th. 2-2 swung on and missed for strike number 3 as Villano goes down on strikes. It's the second punch out for Fisher Rausch today. As it will now bring up Nolan Lingley. Lingley went 0 for 4 with an RBI and 3 strikeouts yesterday. Got the hat trick, with 2 of those coming against Nick McCullum and 1 against starting pitcher Gannon Ruckman. First pitch, a half swing. It's called strike, swinging on the check swing. 0-1 as a pitch will go low, ball number 1, as it evens the count to a ball and a strike. One, the windup and deal, a pitch that goes low for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike, the new count to Nolan Lingley with Houston Fogelstrom standing on deck. Fogelstrom, the on-deck batter, got into yesterday's ballgame as a pinch hitter. Going 0 for 1 with a strikeout as a swing and a miss will go for strike number 2. Two the count. Fisher Rausch waits, winds up and deals on a chopper over to the second baseman. Stouse picks it up, fires onto first base in time for the out. So a 4-3 ground out will be the second out of the inning after the strikeout swinging. So it brings up Houston Fogelstrom, who did strike out in yesterday's ballgame against Nick McCullum in the 11th inning, in which McCullum struck out the side. Fogelstrom, one of the better batters for the Whiskey Jacks, will swing through the first pitch for strike number 1 from Fisher Rausch. First pitch today at 7:05, as we're about 20 minutes into today's ballgame. The 0-1 on the way, chopped back over to Stouse, the second baseman, who picks it up, fires it on to Strong in time for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 inning, a strikeout and 2 4-3 groundouts will end the frame in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Whiskey Jacks. When we return, Perez, Jacob Griffin will make his debut for the Trappers with a bat in his hand, and Cole Yancey will round things out. Bottom of the second coming up when we return.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Bottom of the second inning about to get underway here from Hyde Stadium. As leading things off will be the third baseman in Brendan Perez. Perez batting .232 on the season. A 1-for-4 performance in yesterday's game and came up in a huge spot. Perez getting the RBI single in the 8th inning that tied the ball game and eventually sent the Trappers to extra innings in which they won the ball game. First pitch to Perez will be swung on and missed for strike number 1, however. Perez has 4 home runs this season. 3 of them came at Corbett Field, which is the best stadium the Trappers have hit in so far. 11 home runs, I think of 24 total home runs as a called strike for strike number 2. Oh-2 pitch will miss low for ball number 1. So a ball and 2 strikes to Brendan Perez. Number 24, Jacob Griffin, making his debut for the Trappers, standing on deck. The 1-2 on the way and chopped foul, well out of play. Final score in yesterday's game was the Trappers 6 and the Whiskey Jacks 5, with Tyler Lubin in his 3rd consecutive game in which he's pitched, getting the win 3-0. Dylan Kuster of the Whiskey Jacks taking the loss, falling to 1-2, as the 1-2 here will miss high and inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ronnie Pietmeyer did pitch against the Trappers in the first series these two played against each other, as a called strike number 3 will go for the first out of the inning. So Brendan Perez goes down on strikes and called looking. First strikeout of the day for Pietmeyer, as now making his debut will be Jacob Griffin out of Ottawa University in Surprise, Arizona. Calls Cave Creek, Arizona, his hometown. So we'll wait on the first pitch, and it's swinging over through the middle, and the first base hit for Jacob Griffin is a base hit. What a way to make your debut, as Griffin gets aboard with a single. So first pitch swinging for Griffin ends up working out, as it brings up Cole Yancey, who frankly has been swinging a cold bat as of recently. Had a 0-for-9 series with the Sodbusters and an 0-for-3 start to this 2-game set from Hyde Stadium with the Whiskey Jacks. Waits on the first pitch that goes low for ball number 1. Taking a look at the last time that the Trappers and Whiskey Jacks played, back on the last weekend of June, Ronnie Pietmeyer started that Sunday game in which the Whiskey Jacks won by a final of 12-7 as a pickoff attempt, sliding back in safely is Jacob Griffin. Pietmeyer immediately applying pressure to the new Trapper. But Pietmeyer in that appearance pitched 5 innings, allowed 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, walking 7 batters and striking out 3. Despite a good appearance against Pietmeyer and the Trappers last time facing him, they could not get the run support to get the win. Jared Shelton was the starting pitcher for the Trappers in that ballgame. 1-1. O'Brien asking for a pitch out, putting his hand well outside the batter's box to Cole Yancey, and is shifting his body weight over to the left as he pops up on a pitch that goes low. A peel down, no swing. And O'Brien obsessed with Jacob Griffin at first base. Trappers 0, Whiskey Jacks 0, bottom of the second inning. The 2-1 ripped over to the right side. That will go for a base hit, as that one's going to roll all the way to the wall. Jacob Griffin taking off for third base. And a 1-out double for Cole Yancey, breaking his big slump. So after an 0 for 12 run, Cole Yancey breaks through with a double. And exactly what the doctor orders as it brings up Richie Williams. Advancing to third on the play is Jacob Griffin. Richie Williams had a 1 for 4 performance yesterday with an RBI that got him to double digits. First pitch on the way that will miss low for ball number 1 to Richie Williams from Pete Meyer as the Trappers look to take an early lead here in the second inning. Tomorrow, the Trappers and the Whiskey Jacks will travel north. The Whiskey Jacks take off for their home city of Grand Forks, North Dakota tonight. Trappers will follow not too far tomorrow as a foul ball lifted well down the right field line. 7:05 first pitch from Kraft Field in Grand Forks, North Dakota. You can listen into that game both on the Pierre Trappers Mixler channel or the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks live stream, in which, as a pitch goes low for ball number 2, I have the privilege of being a part of for that 3-game set at Kraft Field, as I will take over play-by-play duties for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks YouTube channel. 2-1 the count. And a rip into right field. That's going to drop for a fair ball. In to score is Griffin. Rounding third and coming home is Yancey. Is in there with a 2 RBI single is Richie Williams. So it's now 2-0 Trappers as both runners in scoring position come across to score. Now 2-0 as it will bring up the next batter up in Thomas McKenna. The RBI single by Williams drives in Yancey from second base and Griffin from third. Thomas McKenna will now bat with 1 away and a runner at first base. Andrew Kim in the on-deck circle. First pitch shows bunt, pitch out, throw back to first base, not in time. So a ball and no strikes now to McKenna. Check over at first base. Pete Meyer delivers on a ground ball over to the third baseman. From McKee to Sitzman on to first, and a 5-4-3 double play will finally end the frame, but the Trappers do get 2 out of it. So McKenna into the 5-4-3 double play that gets Richie Williams out between first and second base. In this inning, 2 runs, both of them earned off 3 base hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. At the end of 2 innings, it's Pierre 2 and Wheat City 0. We'll be back for the top of the third with McKee, O'Brien, and Guajardo due up. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266. The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. Back here for the top of the third inning, as it will be the bottom of the order in McKee, O'Brien, and Guajardo due up for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Fisher Roush has been lights out so far, 2 strikeouts through 2 innings. Other than that, no Whiskey Jack runner has reached first base safely yet in this ballgame, as it will bring up Dylan McKee. McKee also announced as tonight's beer batter from Hyde Stadium, which means if he strikes out, beer will be discounted for the hometown crowd, as the pitch will miss for ball number 1 from Fisher Rausch. Tristan Jones, the home plate umpire, as a pitch will catch the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. Jones has been one of the better, if not the best umpire the Trappers have seen so far, as a ground ball will hit over to Perez. Perez picks it up, long throw onto first base, but it will be in time. The 5-3 ground out will lead things off here in the third. As it brings up Keenan O'Brien, did not play in yesterday's ball game, but had a 1-for-4 day on June 12th against the Badlands Big Sticks, striking out once in that at-bat. So O'Brien out of Corbin University will take the at-bat. First pitch to him, high and inside for ball number 1. Corbin University playing for the Warriors. O'Brien calls Broomfield, Colorado his hometown. 1-0 on the way from Rausch as it will work its way onto the inside part of the plate, evening the count at a ball and a strike. Top of the third inning, 2-0 Pierre, with 1 away and nobody on. 1-1 pitch taken on the outside part of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike, the new count. Trey Guajardo stands on deck for the Whiskey Jacks. Jacks still looking for their first base runner of the ballgame, as a ground ball going right to the shortstop, Yancey. Yancey fires onto first, almost offline, but Strong able to haul it in. A 6-3 ground out for out number 2 will bring up Trey Guajardo. Guajardo, a 1-for-5 day yesterday, striking out twice as the 8-hole batter. Struck out in the 7th and 9th, reached on a fielder's choice in the 12th. That ended up driving the tying run, or the go-ahead run, in Brandon Nick's home. First pitch to him outside for ball number 1. For the Whiskey Jacks, that go-ahead run ended up being just shy, as the Trappers scored 2 in that 12th inning. Another pitch will miss for ball number 2 from Rausch to Guajardo, the 9th batter for the Whiskey Jacks. 2-0, big swing and a miss for strike number 1. Wheat City has struggled with their bats so far in this series. Only 5 hits in 12 innings yesterday. Were helped by 2 Pierre errors. 2-1 chopped foul, as this one will roll to the first base coach for Wheat City as the count goes even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the third. Two-two, swung on and ripped down the right field line. It goes foul, no movement from anybody. Count remains 2-2. Rausch sets and fires on a pitch high and away for ball number 3, as the count will go full. And the Whiskey Jacks a ball away from getting their first base runner of the ballgame. Payoff pitch coming from Rausch to Guajardo. A wind-up and deal, swung on, popped up, and barehanding the ball. It's a foul ball. That would have been an amazing play for Thomas McKenna. But I think it bounced off the plate. Thought he was barehanding a pop-out. Three-two on the way. Pitch taken outside, and the first base runner of the ballgame will come via a 2-out walk. So a walk to Guajardo will be the first base runner. The Trappers were an out away from going perfect through 3 for the second game in a row, as they did so yesterday with starting pitcher in Gannon Ruckman. So Ethan Sitzman becomes the new batter, 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right field, runner at first base. First pitch taken low and away for ball number 1, a ball and no strikes. Still 2 away in the inning, so the Trappers still just an out away from getting out of it. A pickoff attempt back to first base, but sliding back in safely is Guajardo. Beautiful day here from the capital area. Not a cloud in the sky. 86 degrees, some baseball weather as a ground ball heading over to Perez. Perez takes a weird hop, will fire onto first base. Strong picks it up out of the dirt. A good play by Strong. An underrated play by the Trappers' first baseman. It was a shaky play all around, but the Trappers end up getting it done. One runner reaches via a 2-out walk. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base for the Whiskey Jacks. Top of the order due up for the Trappers in Kim, Stouse, and Strong when we return. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top-quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Back for the bottom of the third inning as the Trappers look to extend their lead over the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. After a 2-run inning in the third in which they got 3 base hits off the back of Cole Yancey, Richie Williams, and the new player in Jacob Griffin. It'll bring up Andrew Kim. The Power 5 talent for the Pierre Trappers singled in his last at-bat to lead off the ballgame, but was caught stealing, more so picked off as he was going between first and second. So Kim will wait for the first pitch from Pete Meyer. A wind-up and pitch taken low, but called a strike for strike number 1 of the at-bat. And 0-1. A wind-up and deal. And a line shot to the second baseman. Sitzman does a nice job of spearing that one as that will go for out number 1 of the inning. A line out to the second baseman. So it'll bring up Ty Stouse with 1 away and nobody on. Stouse flew out in foul territory to the left fielder Lingley in his last at-bat. Stouse batting .273 entering today's ballgame as the first pitch will be fouled off towards the Wheat City dugout. Heading over to receive that baseball was the third baseman in McKee, as it hit off a section of wood paneling next to the Wheat City dugout. So the count will go to a ball and no balls and a strike to Ty Stouse, nobody on and 1 away. The 0-1 on the way and a pitch will miss low. Evening the count at a ball and a strike to Stouse. Strong stands on deck. He's 0 for 1 after reaching first on an error by the shortstop Dean Bittner, who came over to the second base side to try to make a play. 1-1 will kick in the dirt. Might have hit the dirt and kicked off the shoe of Stouse's. There were 2 points of contact heard, the dirt and then one right after that, and I can only imagine that was something on Stouse's body. I think it was his shoes. Either way, the count will go 2-1. It's not a hit by pitch, as that pitch will catch the low part of the zone, and even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pierre looking for their second win in a row after winning yesterday against the Jacks. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pete Meyer waits. Will kick into Stouse, who swings and fouls it into the screen, barely getting a piece of it, but will stay alive in the at-bat. Trappers and Whiskey Jacks trading uniform ideas from yesterday, as the Whiskey Jacks wore gray yesterday. The Trappers will wear gray today. The Trappers wore gold uniforms, but that will be matched with the navy for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. 2-2 taken on the outside part of the plate as the count will run full to Stouse. 3 balls and 2 strikes. In just a moment, we'll take a look at the Expedition League scoreboard from around the EL. Every team playing today. Here comes the full count to Stouse, and a line shot, fair ball. No, a foul ball called by Samuel Barrett. That one just scraping the first base bag as the count will remain 3-2 to Stouse. It looked like it stayed fair inside the first base bag. So Stouse will have to grab a bat again and step back into the batter's box. Looked like it could have been a good shot for Stouse to get a base hit, but called just foul. But Samuel Barrett, of anybody, would have the best view. 3-2, that pitch is taken low, so Stouse missing an extra base hit by a couple of inches, but will get aboard via the walk anyway. So it brings up Strong, who reached on a pop fly that was dropped by the shortstop, Dean Bittner, calling off Sitzman when it was Sitzman's ball to be caught. So Stouse will draw the walk. It's the first walk surrendered by Pete Meyer today. Pete Meyer accepts the sign and deals a foul ball straight back, barely grazing the press box to my left side, so closer to home plate than first, as the press box here at Hyde Stadium goes along the first baseline instead of the traditional behind the plate look. 1-0, that one's chopped up the middle, picked up by Bittner, who tries to flip it onto Sitzman, will get one, and it will be a fielder's choice. Bittner does get the out, but the string of questionable choices fielding continues. So out between first and second is Ty Stouse on the play, as it will now bring up Brock Reinhardt with 2 away. So Reinhardt will take the first pitch high above the lettering where it says Pierre, for a ball and no strikes. A line out to second base, a walk to Ty Stouse, and a fielder's choice by Strong get us to this point in the inning. A swing and a miss will go for strike number 1, evening the count to a ball and a strike. Two outs, bottom of the third. Pickoff attempt back to first base, and that one will be in time, as Strong picked off at first base, but now Nolan Summerfield will come out to Barrett to try to argue his cause. So Summerfield will plead his case with Samuel Barrett on the pickoff attempt, maybe trying to ask for a balk, as Brock Reinhardt will stand at home arguing with Tristan Barrett about something. So Summerfield will continue to talk to Barrett and will walk back to the dugout. Summerfield as heated as I've seen him. So that will end the third inning, as Barrett and Jones will come to talk to each other, but it ends the third inning regardless. We'll head to the top of the fourth after Strong picked off. Bittner, Sorensen, and Viano due up.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators, Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Back for the top of the 4th inning, it will be Bittner, Sorensen, and Viano. That combined part of the order 0 for 3 today. As the Whiskey Jacks still looking for their first base hit. They've gotten 1 base runner back in the 3rd inning off a walk to Trey Guajardo. As so far, it's been the Fisher-Rausch show. Dean Bittner will take the at-bat. He fouled out to the first baseman in strong in his last at-bat. First pitch to him taken on the inside part of the plate, ducking out of the way, but it's not going to fool Tristan Jones behind the plate for strike number 1. I know 1 wind-up and pitch on the low and outside part of the plate will even the count to a ball and a strike. 1-1 on a fly ball to right field. Chasing back on that one will be Richie Williams, who reaches up and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So Bittner will fly out to right, which will bring up Jackson Sorensen. Sorensen 0 for 1 today, striking out swinging in his last at-bat. The first pitch will be taken high and away for ball number 1. And a 1-0 count to the second batter of the inning, with now 1 away here in the top of the 4th. 1-0 will also miss and put the count into the Whiskey Jacks' favor. 2 balls and no strikes to Jackson Sorensen, the first baseman. Sorensen batting .291 on the year prior to his strikeout in his last at-bat. 2-0 will catch the strike zone right at the knees, 2 balls and a strike. Rausch winds up and deals the 2-1, swung on and missed for strike number 2. It evens the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away here in the top of the 4th inning. Whiskey Jacks trying to climb back into this ballgame after letting up a 2-run bottom of the 2nd to the Trappers. 2-2, ground ball over to the second baseman. Stouse will pick it up, fire onto Strong for the second out of the inning. So a 4-3 ground out goes for out number 2, as it will bring up Owen Viano. Viano steps in after striking out swinging to lead off the second inning in his last at-bat. This series against the Trappers a combined 0 for 4, as the first pitch will go low for ball number 1 from Fisher-Rausch to Viano. A windup and pitch by Rausch. Taken on the inside part of the plate. The count will run to 2 balls and no strikes now. 2-0 pitch works its way inside for strike number 1. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on, 2 away. 2-0 Pierre, top 4. Pitch from Rausch fouled into the screen. That will put the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taking a look at scores from around the Expedition League. Top of the third from Dickinson, North Dakota, as that pitch will miss low. Count will go full to Owen Viano with 2 away. SaberDogs lead the Big Sticks 4-0 in the top of the third inning. Bottom of the second from Moeller Field. Casper leading Fremont 4-1 as the 3-2. Hee-haw called strike number 3. Owen Viano out on strikes for the second time today and is the first batter to strike out against Roush since himself. Middle 4 will head to the bottom half of the order. Bottom half of the inning with Reinhardt, Perez, and Jacob Griffin due up for the Pierre Trappers. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Leading things off for the Trappers entering the bottom of the fourth inning will be Brock Reinhardt. Reinhardt 0 for 1 after reaching on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. He's the only Trapper batter to have not batted in either the second or third inning, as his lone plate appearance came in the first as he leads things off here in the fourth. So the first pitch from Pete Meyer on its way, taken on the outside part of the plate, but it will be called for strike number 1. An 0-1 count. Bottom of the fourth inning, Trappers lead 2-0 over the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. 0-1 on the way, taken high and outside. Barely missing to Reinhardt, but missing nonetheless. It's Pete Meyer. Sets and deals to Reinhardt. A broken bat up the middle. Pete Meyer dodges it, picked up by Bittner, who can't handle it. Will head on to first base. And Reinhardt will be safe on the play. So Brock Reinhardt safe. We'll wait to see if that's officially ruled a hit or an error. I believe that's a hit for Brock Reinhardt. But I am not the official scorer. As it will bring up Brendan Perez. Perez struck out looking that began the second inning. A second inning that would later score 2 runs for Pierre. And that will be officially ruled a base hit for Brock Reinhardt, advancing to 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch, a bunt down the line. And it will remain a foul ball as it's picked up by the third baseman McKee for strike number 1 of the play at bat. Runner at first base, and Brock Reinhardt will have to retreat back to first base after the bunt by Perez. With Jacob Griffin 1 for 1, not a bad strategy for Perez to try to lay down a sacrifice bunt. We'll have one more opportunity to lay down that bunt, as you do not want to try to lay down a bunt with 2 strikes. An 0-1 count. All positions at their normal depths. No shift for the Whiskey Jacks. 0-1 on the way, and this one's going to be skied towards right field. Fogelstrom underneath that one, chasing after it as that one will drop towards the Trappers' bullpen for strike number 2. Fogelstrom gave that one a good chase, but it ended up not paying off. So stepping back into the box, and forced now to swing away. That bunt attempt has to go by the wayside. Oh-2 kicks in the dirt, throw back down to first base. It was faked by O'Brien as the count will run to 1-2, still in favor of Pete Meyer and the Jacks. One-two on the way, taken low. This one's a throw down to first base. Ball gets away, and now taking off for second base is Brock Reinhardt. The throw down to second is offline, picked up by Bittner. I believe that's going to be an error on the Whiskey Jacks, and it is credited on the scoreboard. So Reinhardt will advance to second base via the error. Count will go even to 2-2. So getting over to second base is Brock Reinhardt. On the air, I believe that will go on the first baseman Sorensen. If it not, it's O'Brien. 2-2 fouled back into the screen will keep the count even at 2-2. Second error of the ball game for the Jacks. Reinhardt stands at second base, nobody out in the inning. Brendan Perez, the 2-2 on the way, popped up and skied over toward the first base side in foul territory. Underneath that one is Sorensen, who will redeem himself in reaching up to make the catch. The foul out to first base goes for the first out of the inning. So it brings up Jacob Griffin in his debut for the Trappers. Is 1 for 1. So an update on that play. That error will be given to the catcher in O'Brien on the throwing error down to first base. Griffin was first pitch swinging in his last at-bat. Will take a pitch low in the dirt for ball number 1. Nothing doing from Reinhardt at second base. So a ball and no strikes. Pete Meyer checks over at Reinhardt at second base. Winds up and deals to Griffin. A check swing, appeal down, no go. As Griffin will go ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Griffin's been impressive so far in his discipline and his ability to swing the bat. In only 3 pitches seen, he's only swung at 1 and it was a base hit. Of course, a very small sample size for Jacob Griffin, but it's been good so far. 2-0 on the way, and there's the swing and a miss. Count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike, as now Griffin will have to face his first count in Expedition League play. Two balls and a strike with 1 away. The windup and deal pitch taken low. Good eye by Griffin. Will run the count into his favor. 3 balls and a strike. A ball away from getting aboard and 2 strikes away from striking out. Griffin has a bit of protection. An hour into today's ball game as we've just hit the 8:05 mark here in the Central Time. 3-1. That one's taken outside. Ball 4, and on base percentage remains at 1,000 for Jacob Griffin with the walk. Second walk surrendered by Pete Meyer today, as it will bring up Cole Yancey. Yancey 1 for 1 today with a double back in the second inning. That got Jacob Griffin over to third. He later came around to score on the Richie Williams 2 RBI single. Check over at first. First pitch to Yancey will be fouled off. Back towards the Whiskey Jacks dugout. Runners at first and second for the Traps. Griffin at first, Reinhardt at second. And 0-1, Pete Meyer. Standing at second base now is Sitzman as Pete Meyer steps off. Trying for a pickoff attempt against Brock Reinhardt. Reinhardt not that big of a threat on the base paths, has only tried to steal 3 times this season, being successful on 2 of them. The 0-1 will slightly get away, nothing doing over at second base as the count will go even to a ball and a strike. Elsewhere in the Expedition League, Casper's lead has dwindled to just 2, 4-2, top of the third over Fremont. SaberDogs now lead the Big Sticks 5-0. So 1-1 goes down the center of the plate for a called strike number 2. Elsewhere, supposed to be underway from Hastings between the Sunfish and the Sodbusters. However, nothing updated on point streaks. Pre-game currently in Butte, Montana between Spearfish and Mining City. That first pitch set to be any minute now. As the 1-2 taken low for a called strike number 3. Yancey can't believe it, but will have to take the walk back to the Trappers' dugout. Two outs as Yancey strikes out looking. It's only the second strikeout of the ballgame for Ronnie Pietmeyer, and both of them have been looking. So Williams, who's 1 for 1 today, will step into the batter's box. Called a strike to Williams, as the count will go to no balls and a strike. 2 away here. Runners at first and second. Griffin at first, Reinhardt at second. Sitzman races over towards second base. A swing and a miss by Williams will put the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Nothing doing in either bullpen, trusting their starters. Last inning, the Trappers went 1-2-3 in the unconventional fashion despite 2 runners reaching. The 0-2 fouled into the screen as the count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Last inning for the Trappers, Kim started out by lining out to the second baseman. Stouse then walked and was out on a fielder's choice by Strong. Strong was picked off on what was a potential balk. Called as a clean play by Samuel Barrett, the field umpire. 0-2 taken on the outside part of the plate. Williams will stay alive in the at-bat. A ball and 2 strikes. One, 2 the count. Pete Meyer checks over at Reinhardt before dealing. Half swing and then the spin makes him go the rest of the way around. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ronnie Pietmeyer will end things here in the 4th. Richie Williams goes down on strikes. It's the 3rd for Pietmeyer today. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error committed by the Whiskey Jacks, and 2 runners left on base for the Trappers. We're through 4 complete. It's the Pierre Trappers 0 and Pierre Trappers 2 and the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks 0. We'll be back for the top of the 5th with Lingley, Fogelstrom, and McKee due up for Wheat City.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Back for the top of the fifth inning, Fisher Rausch returns to the mound for the fifth inning after a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Whiskey Jacks. In the top of the fourth, Lingley, Fogelstrom, and McKee, all of which who grounded out in their first at-bat, will lead things off here in inning number 5. So leading things off for the Whiskey Jacks will be Nolan Lingley, who grounded out to second base in his last at-bat. He was the second batter of the second inning in what ended up being a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Jacks. First pitch swung on and missed for strike number 1. Wheat City has a fly ball straight to the second baseman. Ty Stouse reaches up to make the catch. The line out to the second baseman will go for the first out of the inning. So after Lingley, it will bring up Houston Fogelstrom. Fogelstrom also grounded out to second base. His ground out ended the second inning. He gets another chance here in the top half of the fifth. First pitch fouled off down the third baseline and will roll into left field, where a member of the Whiskey Jacks, that looks to be number 13 in Gene Aberut, the starting pitcher yesterday for the Whiskey Jacks, will go out and receive it. No balls and a strike after the foul ball. Oh, 1 on the way. Pitch is taken low for ball number 1. The Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, one of 2 teams that have 4 words in their full name, as the 1-1 fouled back for strike number 2. It's them and the Souris Valley Saberdogs, who, ironically enough, have been the 2 teams from the Lewis division that the Trappers have played so far. There's a lot of teams with 3-word names, such as the Mining City Tommyknockers, which Mining City and Tommyknockers as a pitch will miss low in the dirt for ball number 2. The Canyon County Spuds, which is 3 words. The Western Nebraska Pioneers. And then there are teams like the Sioux Falls Sunfish, who you would think, or Sioux Falls and Sunfish, which is 3 words. Sunfish, officially 1 word by their team name. As the 2-2 rip down the left field line, will hook foul and hit into the Wheat City bullpen, as the count remains even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And there are some teams who you would think it's a 3-word name, but it's really a 2-word name, like the Casper Horseheads, who you would think it might be horse and then heads, but it's all 1 word officially. So it's just the Jacks and the Dogs. 2-2 on the way, pop fly in foul territory, heading out of play, and it will land near the merchandise booth near the home plate gate. Trappers will spend their next 7 games after this one against Lewis Division opponents. 3 more against the Jacks, but in Grand Forks at Kraft Field. 2-2 taken inside for ball number 3 as the count will run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Fogelstrom. And then after the All-Star break in Casper, Wyoming, a 4-game series against the Mining City Tommyknockers. A foul ball will head over the press box and keep the count alive at 3-2. The Trappers will finally get back into Clark Division play when they take on the Spearfish Sasquatch for a 2-game set from Spearfish on their way back from Mining City. Foul ball will go into the screen as the count will remain remain full. Three-two, that one's taken high and inside and only the second base runner of the ball game. It will be Houston Fogelstrom. The first was Trey Guajardo, who's now 3 batters away. Both of them have been on walks, however, as it will now bring up Dylan McKee. McKee grounded out to third base in his first at-bat of the day back in the 3rd inning. And the Trappers would really appreciate another ground-out pickoff attempt back to first base, but back in safely is going to be Fogelstrom. A ground ball here would at least most likely be 1 out, and they have a chance of turning 2. Another pickoff attempt, but back in safely is Fogelstrom, a bit hesitant to get back to his feet. And takes a little bit less of a lead now. First pitch, runner goes. Ground ball over to the shortstop, Yancey. Yancey can't handle it, as everybody will be safe. And that will be ruled an error on Cole Yancey. So now a runner at second base for the first time today. And E6 as Fogelstrom gets over to second base. It'll bring up Keenan O'Brien, who grounded out to the shortstop in his last at-bat. Still only 1 away. Roush checks over at second base. First pitch to O'Brien will run high and inside for ball number 1. A ball and no strikes. Roush checks back over at second base. The windup and pitch take it inside for ball number 2, and Roush starting to lose a bit of control after a walk. Fogelstrom was stealing second base, but it ended up being a hit and run as McKee reached on an error, making both runners safe. A 2-0 count now to O'Brien, who grounded out to shortstop in his last at-bat. The 2-0 will be called a strike on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one count, swung on and fouled back. And good thing it was fouled back, as it stops the runners from moving up on a ball that went back to the screen. So the new count will be 2 balls and 2 strikes to Keenan O'Brien with 1 away. McKee stands at first. Fogelstrom stands at second. Check back over at second base. Roush kicks the 2-2, swung on and missed for strike number 3. Fisher Roush will get the strikeout. It's his 4th of the ball game, as O'Brien now 0 for 2 today, as it will bring up the 9-hole batter in Trey Guajardo. Guajardo walked in his last plate appearance, is 0 for 0 today. First pitch to Guajardo will go down the center of the plate for a called strike number 1. Roush trying to get out of this inning unscathed despite allowing another walk and a reach via an error. Fogelstrom taunting at second base behind the umpire. 0-1 pitch will go low and inside. A good block by Thomas McKenna keeps the runners where they are, as the count will go even to a ball and a strike. One and one the count. Runners at first and second. The windup and deal by Roush, as it's a fly ball hit towards right field. Williams underneath that one, who will reach up and make the catch to end the inning. Guajardo flies out to right, that ends the frame. No runs, no hits, and an error committed by the Trappers, and 2 runners left on base for the Whiskey Jacks. Middle 5, as it's still the Whiskey Jacks 0 and the Trappers 2. It's the 9-1-2 coming up for the Trappers in the bottom half of the inning in McKenna, Kim, and Stouts. Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a Loyalty Club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266. Back for the bottom of the fifth inning, as it will be Thomas McKenna leading things off for the Trappers here in the bottom half of the inning. The 9-hole batter today grounded into a double play back in the second inning that ended that inning for the Trappers. Please excuse us as we're dealing with camera troubles with our camera behind home plate right now, as a pitch will be taken inside for ball number 1. So a ball and no strikes to Thomas McKenna. And a ground ball hit over to the shortstop. Throws on to first in time for the out. So McKenna 0 for 2 today, grounding out to lead off the fifth inning. Ronnie Pietmeyer returning to the mound, as it will now bring up Andrew Kim. So Kim steps into the batter's box with now 1 away in the inning. 1 away after the ground out by Thomas McKenna. The first pitch from Pietmeyer on the outside part of the plate, called a strike. Again, we're working on getting that home plate camera back up and running, but as of right now, a fly ball to left field will drop into the Wheat City bullpen for strike number 2. They will have to deal with this camera angle. And there it is, back up and running. A swing back into the screen will keep the count 0-2 to Andrew Kim with 1 away in the inning. A windup and pitch by Pietmeyer on the 0-2 will bounce into the dirt. For a ball and 2 strikes. 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth. McKenna grounded out to the shortstop to begin the inning. Kim trying to stay alive against Pietmeyer in this at-bat. The 1-2 delivered on the way on the inside part of the plate and a peel down on no check swing. Not sure what O'Brien was checking for there, but the count will go even to 2-2. Kim 1 for 2 today with a single in the first and a line out to the second baseman. As a swing and a miss on a drop third strike, tagged out by the catcher for the second out of the inning. It will be the 4th strikeout of the ballgame for Pietmeyer. So a strikeout and a 2 unassisted on the drop third strike as he was tagged out by O'Brien. Ty Stouse 0 for 1 today with a foul out to left field and a walk. We'll take the first pitch from Pietmeyer high and outside for ball number 1. Another update from around the Expedition League. One more game underway. Other than that, no scores have changed. Bottom of the first, Sasquatch lead the Tommyknockers 3-0. A ground ball over to the second baseman, Sitzman. Sitzman will fire onto first in a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Pierre Trappers. A ground out to the shortstop, a strikeout swinging, and a ground out to second base. 3 up, 3 down go the Trappers here in the bottom of the 5th. We're through 5 complete. It's the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks 0 and the Pierre Trappers 2. We'll be back for the top of the 6th inning with the top of the order. Sitzman, Bittner, and Sorensen due up for the Whiskey Jacks.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top-quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Back for the top of the 6th inning, as leading things off for Wheat City is going to be the leadoff batter in Ethan Sitzman, who's 0 for 2 today. He flew out to right and grounded out to third. First pitch to him will be a called strike on the inside part of the plate. No balls and a strike. Roush, a ground ball over to first base. Dropped by Strong, but picked up again by Strong as he picks it up and takes it himself for the first out of the inning. A ground out to third, first unassisted. Wrote down the 3 for the position, and it tricked my mind. So 1 out in the inning, it will bring up Bittner. Bittner also 0 for 2 today with a foul out to first base and a fly out to right field. Bittner, the starting shortstop in today's game, as that pitch will be taken on the inside part of the plate for strike number 1 of the at-bat. Both teams trusting their starting pitcher as a really ugly swing by Bittner, well out in front of that one from Roush. Just some trickery from Roush. Will go for strike number 2. And 0-2 now from Roush as that pitch is taken low. Nodding his head is Jones, the home plate umpire, as if to say, yes, that did go low. It is just below the knees at the joint, but that one will be a swing and a miss. A drop third strike tagged out by McKenna for the second out of the inning. So it's strikeout number 5 of the ballgame as Bittner goes down on strikes. A drop third strike to 2 unassisted as it will bring up Sorensen. Sorensen, the Gonzaga Bulldog, 0 for 2 with a strikeout swinging in the first inning and a ground out to second base in the 4th. Farthest the Whiskey Jacks have had a runner today was in the previous inning in the 5th, as the first pitch will be taken for a ball high and outside for ball number 1. When Houston Fogelstrom got to second base, reaching via a walk and advancing off a reach on an error by Dylan McKee. 1-0 check swing on a pitch that's taken low. 2 balls and no strikes. Will quickly turn to 3-0 as Roush has yet to deal a strike to the 0-2 Sorensen. As a check swing appealed down, says he went, and Sorensen rolling his eyes and rolling his body out of the batter's box. (3-1). That one will be taken outside. However, for ball number 4, Sorensen will take his time getting some equipment off before jogging down to first base. Second consecutive inning in which a Whiskey Jack has reached, and it's the third walk surrendered today by Fisher Rausch, as it will bring up Owen Viano. First pitch to Viano, taken right down the middle of the plate for a strike. (0-1) on the way, taken high and inside for ball number 1. So a ball and a strike, 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Sorensen stands at first base after drawing the walk. A pitch swung on and missed. For strike number 2, a ball and 2 strikes. Trying for strikeout number 6 of the ball game and number 2 of the inning. The 1-2 on the way, taken low, a stolen base attempt down to second base. It will be in time. Caught stealing is Jackson Sorensen. Can't believe it, as he'll bury his head in his arms. A great throw by Thomas McKenna down and tagged out by, I think it was Ty Stouse. So an unconventional 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on after Sorensen walking and then caught stealing. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We're through 5.5, middle 6. It's the Jacks 2 and the Trappers. The Jacks 0 and the Trappers 2. Strong, Reinhardt, and Perez will be due up in the bottom of the 6th when we return.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza, Pasta, Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine-in, carry-out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators, Pizza, Pasta, Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Bottom of the 6th inning about to get underway here from Hyde Stadium, as it will be Nick Strong leading things off. Strong today 0 for 2, but has reached both times off a error and a fielder's choice. So has found 2 different ways to hinder his batting average but improve his on-base percentage. Ronnie Pietmeyer remains in the game for his 6th inning, as he's only allowed 2 runs so far. A pitch will go high for ball 1. Those 2 runs came back in the 2nd inning when the Trappers had 3 base hits. The Trappers have had 1 base hit since then, and no runner to third. 1-0 will go high and tight for ball number 2. It has been a pitcher's duel to this point. However, Rausch currently winning, not allowing a run through 6 innings. 2-0 count, the windup and deal on a pitch that goes outside for ball number 3. Previous inning for the Whiskey Jacks, or for the Trappers, excuse me, a 3-up, 3-down inning against Pietmeyer. .30 count, swung on and fouled into the screen by Strong. We'll put it into a hitter's count. 3 balls and a strike. Due up in the top of the 7th after the next 3 outs will be Viano, Lingley, and Fogelstrom for the Whiskey Jacks. These two teams will meet up 3 more times before going their separate ways. However, none of those will be at Hyde Stadium. All of those at Kraft Field in Grand Forks, North Dakota. A fly ball hit to right field. Fogelstrom chases after it, but it will land into the player's entrance down the right field line as the count will run full 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter of the bottom of the 6th, Nicholas Strong. 0 for 2 today, trying to extend his hitting streak. Pete Meyer waits, kicks, and fires on a ground ball over to the second baseman. And Sitzman bobbles it, and it will be an error on Sitzman. Could not hold on to the baseball, as it will be the second time that Strong has reached on an error. So it brings up Brock Reinhardt. Reinhardt today is 1 for 2 with a fielder's choice and a single. He's been the lone base hit since the Trappers' 2-run second inning. Pete Meyer waits before delivering a line shot straight to the third baseman, throw back, and it will be a double play for 2 outs in the inning now. Unlucky for the Pierre Trappers as Brock Reinhardt lines out to third, and it will get Strong, who saw the line shot and started heading for second base, doubled up at first base for not tagging up. So now with 2 outs and nobody on, off a big play by the third baseman McKee, it'll bring up Brendan Perez, who's 0 for 2, who struck out looking and fouled out to the first baseman. First pitch swinging for strike number 1. Oh, on its way. It will go on the outside part of the plate for ball number 1. It will even the count to Perez. A ball and a strike, 2 outs. Pete Meyer toes the rubber. No action yet in the Wheat City bullpen, as a ground ball will get through the left side of the infield. A base hit for Brendan Perez, and a potential 2-out rally starting with Jacob Griffin coming to the plate. So Griffin today, 1 for 1 with a single and a walk, making his debut for the Trappers tonight. Wind up and pitch taken on the outside part of the plate for ball number 1. So a ball and no strikes. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and out away from being officially 2/3 through this ballgame. 1-0 taken on the outside part of the plate, but will be called a strike that evens the count to Griffin for 1 ball and 1 strike. And I believe for Jacob Griffin, that's the first pitch that he's taken that has been called a strike. Pete Meyer waits, accepts the sign, accepts it one more time, as the 1-1 will miss low and outside, putting Griffin ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two outs here in the bottom of the 6th, a runner at first base, and Brendan Perez after a single to left field. Two one on the way, swung on and missed for strike number 2, as that will even the count. Griffin will take a moment, spits into the clay, and steps back into the batter's box. Griffin, the left-handed batter for the Pierre Trappers, against the right-handed arm in Pete Meyer, as Griffin has the advantage in that situation. The 2-2 swung on and hit to right field. Fogelstrom chases after it, will reach up and make the catch down the right field line for out number 3 of the inning. So Pete Meyer, despite allowing a reach on an error and a single, nothing comes back to bite him, as no Trapper runner has reached second base. since back in the 4th inning. Griffin with the fly out to right will end the Trappers inning. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error committed by the Whiskey Jacks, and 1 runner left on base. We're through 6 complete innings. It's the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks 0 and the Pierre Trappers 2. We'll be back for the top of the 7th inning with Viano, Lingley, and Fogelstrom due up. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Back for the top of the 7th inning, as Owen Viano will step into the batter's box. He's 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. Has started this series 0 for 5 as the first pitch will run inside, called a strike. For strike number 1, Fisher Rausch returns to the mound. The right-handed arm against the right-handed batter in Owen Viano. The 0-1 wind up and deal on a pitch in the dirt for strike number 2. As action just begins going in the Wheat City bullpen down the left field line. Nothing doing in the Trappers' pen. Has been quite the day so far for Fisher Rausch as he looks to continue his dominance here into the 7th. 0-2 on the way as a pitch will go high and tight for ball number 1. Only thing, as a pitch bounces well in front of the plate for ball number 2. The only thing on the Whiskey Jacks line score right now is 3 errors. Top of the 7th inning, Viano steps back into the box with a 2-2 count. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike number 3 swinging as Fisher Rausch gets strikeout number 6 of the ballgame. And Viano gets the hat trick of strikeouts. He's been strikeout number 2, 3, and 6 for Rausch today, as it will now bring up Nolan Lingley. Lingley today 0 for 2, both outs to the second baseman Ty Stouse. Stouse getting an assist and a putout against Lingley with a ground out and a line out. First pitch swinging, a pop fly right back to Stouse as Stouse reaches up and makes the catch. So Lingley has found 4 ways to go to tie Stouse as there's now 2 away in the inning. A ground out, line out, and pop out as it will bring up Houston Fogelstrom. Fogelstrom steps into the batter's box, carrying so far today an 0 for 1 record as the first pitch will miss high and inside for ball number 1. 2 away here in the top of the 7th. 1-0 pitch will catch the inside part of the plate, evening the count to a ball and a strike. The windup and pitch, a swing and a foul ball will go for strike number 2 as Rausch, a strike away from another 1-2-3 inning, has gotten 3 of the like so far in the first, second, and fourth that were purely 1-2-3 innings, and then a 6th inning in which he allowed a runner to reach as a swing and a miss for strike number 3 will end the frame. Strikeout number 7 of the ballgame for Fisher Roush. 3 up and 3 down. Go the Whiskey Jacks here in the top of the 7th. It's time for the 7th inning stretch as Cole Yancey, Richie Williams, and Thomas McKenna get ready to grab a bat and hit in the bottom half of the inning. We'll be back here from Hyde Stadium. It's Pier 2 and Wheat City 0.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Bottom of the 7th inning about to get underway, and it will be a new pitcher in Ryan Redeman for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Redeman, not having the best season so far in 3 games played, has only pitched in 4 1/3 and acquired an 18.69 ERA. His last appearance back on the 5th of July against the Sioux Falls Sunfish, got the loss, only pitched a third of an inning, allowed 3 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, walking 3 and striking out 1. And I believe that is Ryan Redeman. He was just announced to be Cameron Daigle. I saw an 8 on the back of the uniform, and it is indeed number 8, Ryan Redeman, as the first pitch is called for strike number 1. A 0-1 called a strike on the outside part of the plate. The leadoff batter for the inning for the Pierre Trappers is Cole Yancey. The 0-2 pitch to Yancey taken low and outside for ball number 1. So a ball and 2 strikes. A ground ball will get through the glove of McKee at third base. It's error number 4 of the ball game for the Whiskey Jacks as Yancey will reach on the E5. Richie Williams becomes the new batter. He is 1 for 2 today with a single back in the 2nd and a strikeout swinging in the 4th. Both of those were against Pete Meyer. This is his first appearance against number 8 in Ryan Redeman. First pitch will head down the center of the plate for called strike number 1. So a 0-1 count and a fly ball hit to right field. Fogelstrom, it will drop for a base hit for Richie Williams. A bloop single to right will put runners at first and second for the Trappers. So runners at first and second for Thomas McKenna. Thomas McKenna will step into the batter's box, 2 runners aboard. So McKenna will wait for the first pitch from Ryan Redeman. Tries to lay down a bunt, but it fails as both runners will retreat for strike number 1. So now an 0-1 count, runners at first and second for the Trappers after Williams hit his single. The 0-1 tries to lay down the bunt again, throw down to second base, and they will get Cole Yancey. Taking too much off of first base will complain to Samuel Barrett, and now Barrett will come over to the other side of Redeman for out number 1 of the inning. This account will improve to 2 balls and no strikes. So now an 0-2 count. The windup and pitch, a ground ball. That one will get through the left side. A base hit for Thomas McKenna will put runners right back to first and second. So Richie Williams advances to second base. Thomas McKenna at first as it will bring up Andrew Kim. Top of the 8th inning coming up with the bottom of the order. McKee, O'Brien, and Guajardo due up for the Whiskey Jacks. First pitch, wind up and deal, a swing and a miss for strike number 1 of the at-bat. So an 0-1 count, the windup and deal swung on and missed for strike number 2 to Andrew Kim. Runners at first and second, McKenna at first, Williams at second base. The 0-2 on the way to Kim, 1 away in the inning. On the way, and it's lifted towards left field. Coming in is Lingley, but reaching up will be Dean Bittner, so the pop out to the shortstop will go for out number 2 of the inning as Kim falls to 1 for 4 on the day. So it brings up Ty Stouse. Ty Stouse today 0 for 2 with a walk, a foul out to left field, and a ground ball to second base. 2 away in the inning and 2 runners on. First pitch to Stouse, called a strike. The first baseman in Sorensen playing closer to right field. With a runner at second, no need to hold the runner on in McKenna at first. An 0-1 count as it's lifted into center field. Guajardo coming in, and that one drops for a base hit. Another bloop single. Coming in to score on the play will be Richie Williams. Now the throw home. The throw down to second. Everybody is going to be safe on the play. Ty Stouse with the base hit advances to second on the throw. Williams and McKenna are going to come all the way in on the bloop 2 RBI single by Ty Stouse. 2 more runs are going to score for the Trappers. So everybody is safe as it now brings up Nick Strong. What a turn of events for the Trappers as they've now doubled their lead from 2 to 4 off another 2 RBI single, this time by Ty Stouse. Again, top of the 8th coming up, it will be McGee, O'Brien, and Guajardo. A called strike for strike number 1. As you may notice, our home plate camera was bumped. I'm going to do my best to run down between innings to make that change. So don't be too scared if the 8th inning starts. Might miss 1 or 2 pitches as a potential pickoff attempt stepping off the mound was Ryan Redeman. And now that's a ground ball. That gets through the left side. Coming in to score now is going to be Ty Stouse, an RBI single for Nick Strong. And the hits keep coming for the Trappers. Another hit against Redeman drives in Ty Stouse, and it's now 5-0 as it brings up Brock Reinhardt. The Trappers have added 3 runs of insurance here in the bottom of the 7th. Strong with the base hit will extend his hitting streak now to 13 games, exactly what the doctor ordered, as it's the 10th base hit of the season, of the game, for the Pierre Trappers. First pitch to Reinhardt, swung on and missed for strike number 1. And it is in fact Cameron Daigle on the mound, as that pitch is called for strike number 2 and not Ryan Redeman. So, saw the number 8, but it is in fact Cameron Daigle on the mound for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. As a pitch taken low for ball number 1. For crediting that wrong. As the 1-2 fouled off, will keep it alive. So it's in fact Cameron Daigle of LSU Alexandria. Last appeared on July 10th against the SaberDogs. 4 innings pitched. No hits, no runs. None of them earned, walking 1 and striking out 1, is having a tougher time here against the Trappers. The 1-2 on the way. Pop up towards the Wheat City dugout. That one's heading over and dropping the ball on that one. It's another error for the Whiskey Jacks, number 5 of the ball game, as it's a dropped potential out. So it's an E5 on the foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first base and Nick Strong. 5-0 Trappers now lead in the bottom of the 7th. A fly ball hit to left field. Lingley coming in, but Bittner will go as well. Lingley will take control and make the catch for out number 3. Top of the 8th coming up. It will be the bottom of the order in McKee, O'Brien, and Guajardo. Back for the top of the 8th inning as we have that home camera back up and functional, as I just got my workout for the day, sprinting not only down there but down to where our camera is situated in order to get back up here in time for the 8th inning. So leading things off for the Whiskey Jacks, as we'll just pick up like nothing ever happened, is Dylan McKee. So we'll take the first pitch. Inside, it will hit him, so McKee heads down to first base. Fisher Rausch remains on the mound for the 8th inning of play, as it will bring up Keenan O'Brien. Some horns from passing cars by the stadium, a hit by pitch on the pitch inside for ball number 1. Rausch potentially 2 innings away from history, but needs to focus in these 2 frames, and especially in the current batter pickoff attempt back to first base. Will get away in air as heading for second base, and now for third is McKee. Takes a while to get the throw in. A good stop by Perez, and the Whiskey Jacks will get a runner to third base for the first time today. So it'll be an error on either Strong or Rausch. Have to wait to see what the official ruling is. And it will be an error by Rausch as the pitch will go outside the ballpark on a foul ball for strike number 1. So now a 1-1 count. The pitch inside, fouled back as a horn as the pitch was being thrown. O'Brien still made contact on a foul ball. One ball and 2 strikes. The windup and pitch by Rausch will go high for ball number 2. Trappers now having to deal with a runner at third base for the first time today. Two balls and 2 strikes. The windup and pitch inside. Strike number 3 as O'Brien went around thinking it would come up and bite him in the chin, but it's a strikeout for out number 1 of the 8th inning. It'll bring up Trey Guajardo. Guajardo 0 for 1 today, drawing a walk and flying out to right. First pitch to him will be a strike on the outside part of the plate. An 0-1 runner at third, 1 away. A fly ball heading towards the left side. Perez giving chase, will reach up and make the catch for out number 2. A foul out to third puts 2 away in the inning. So Guajardo, a foul out to the third baseman, Brendan Perez, as the top of the order will now come up, bringing up Ethan Sitzman. Sitzman today 0 for 3 with a fly out and 2 groundouts, 1 to third and 1 to first. Sitzman steps into the batter's box to face Rausch. First pitch will be called a strike on the high and inside part of the plate for strike number 1. An 0-1 runner at third base. Rausch trying to get out of the inning. A ground ball over to the third baseman, Perez. Picks it up, fires onto first base. In time for the out. Rausch, an inning away from history. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Trappers hope it's the last time they have to grab a bat. On the 5-3 ground out to Ethan Sitzman. A big play for Fisher Rausch and Brendan Perez. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and a runner left on base for the Whiskey Jacks. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. It will be Perez, Griffin, and Yancey due up.
When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. A new pitcher coming in Brandon Nix for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks as well. Nix came in as a pinch runner yesterday. In 10 games and 1 start, this will be his 11th appearance. Out of Northeast Community College. Has a 10.12 ERA with no decision. His last appearance against the Sioux Falls Sunfish on July the 6th. Pitched 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, walking 2 and striking out none. Bottom of the 8th inning is somewhat obscured by what could happen. And a look at the scoreboard will tell you what the story is. Leading things off will be Brendan Perez against Brandon Nix. First pitch will fall in for a strike to Perez. 0-1 swung on and missed, and make that strike number 2. It's Perez, Griffin, and Yancey. The windup and pitch. A line shot towards center field. Chasing after that one, Guajardo will reach up to make the catch. A great play by Guajardo in center field for the first out of the inning. As it will now bring up Jacob Griffin. A great play by Guajardo in center field to get the out. Now stepping in for his 4th plate appearance so far, a single walk and a fly out to right as a ground ball heading over to second as Sitzman fires it on to Sorensen for the second out of the inning. So 2 quickly away will bring up Cole Yancey. Yancey steps in with a 1-for-3 line, a double strikeout looking, and a reach on an error. Taking a look at the previous 2 pitchers for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. It's Ronnie Pietmeyer, the starting pitcher, who pitched 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. As a ground ball will get through the left side of the infield. A base hit for Cole Yancey will extend the 8th inning as it brings up Richie Williams. So the single for Yancey makes him 2 for 4 today as it brings up the 2 for 3 Richie Williams with a 2 RBI single, a normal single, and a strikeout swinging. More on the lines from previous Whiskey Jack pitchers. Pietmeyer's 6-inning pitch, 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, walking 2 and striking out 4. Cameron Daigle pitched 1 inning, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, however, none of them earned. No walks and no strikeouts allowed, as a foul ball down the right field line will go for strike number 1 for Williams. Brandon Nix, the current pitcher for the Jacks. 0-1, bottom of the 8th, runner at first base, and Cole Yancey after the base hit. 0-1. Nix accepts the sign, deals on a pitch that goes low and gets away. Yancey will take off for second base off the wild pitch. One ball and one strike after the wild pitch advances Yancey over. Time will be called as O'Brien will head to the mound to talk to Brandon Nix with a runner at second base and 2 outs. Most likely just saying there's 2 outs. Don't worry about the runner at second base. Although he's in scoring position, all you need to do is get one batter out, and his name is Richie Williams. 1-1 the count. 11 base hits for the Trappers is a stark contrast to the number of hits for the Whiskey Jacks. 1-1 will be called a strike, and now Nix a strike away from getting out of the 8th inning unscathed. 2 runs for the Trappers in the 2nd and 3 in the 7th. Nothing doing in any inning so far for the Whiskey Jacks. 1-2, a wind-up and deal outside for ball number 2. Count will go even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fisher-Rausch in the dugout getting ready for the top of the 9th, which he'll have to take on the 2-3-4 in Bittner, Sorensen, and Viano. 2-2, the wind-up and deal, swung on and fouled off, keeps it alive. It was a big cut by Williams, but the count will remain 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pete Meyer gets ready to deliver to Richie Williams. 1 on, 2 outs. 2-2 the count. The pitch from Nix. It's ripped into right field, but will hook foul as the count will remain where it is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Williams keeping the count alive against Brandon Nix. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. 7th pitch, make that. 2-2. Chopped foul, and it's off the ankle of Richie Williams as he'll collapse to the dirt down the first baseline in pain. Nolan Summerfield will head over. Williams looks up to see the help. Now it will be Brant Sundin out of the Trappers' dugout just to hand the umpire some baseballs, as now the third base coach for the Trappers and Coach Jamie will come over to talk. Is up and walking on his own power, will grab a bat and will continue the at-bat, getting some applause from the hometown crowd here at Hyde Stadium. So 2-2 remains the count after the injury scare to Richie Williams. Again, the bottom of the 8th inning, a pale comparison of what could be in the top of the 9th. 2-2 pitch will go high and the count runs full. O'Brien pops up to check over on Cole Yancey, who dances at second base. Full count, 2 outs, runner in scoring position at second base. If Williams were to extend the inning, it would bring up Thomas McKenna. 3-2 on the way, will run inside and hit Richie Williams in the shoulder. So a hit by pitch will put runners at first and second now for Thomas McKenna. McKenna steps into the batter's box, carrying a 1-for-3 line, a ground out, a ground into a double play, and a single in which he later came around to score on his line today. Nix waits, kicks, and fires on a foul ball heading back towards the Whiskey Jack dugout for strike number 1. And one of the Whiskey Jacks members will reach over the fencing of their dugout to receive the baseball, not even having to get out of the dugout. A few signs coming from the Whiskey Jacks dugout for their defense. Time called as McKenna steps out of the box with an 0-1 count. No balls and a strike. The windup and deal, and a foul ball heading straight back towards the window, right beneath me. Would have been a tough play to make, but if the window was open, who knows? So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second base. Bottom of the 8th inning, Pierre 5, Wheat City 0. The 0-2 on the way, misses on the outside part of the plate, will run the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Nix, the pitcher at a Northeast Community College playing for the Hawks, calls Omaha, Nebraska his hometown, came 2 states north to play for the Jacks. Bottom 8 and the 1-2 on the way. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. Nix will strike out McKenna to end the frame. It's the first strikeout for Brandon Nix, as McKenna goes down on strikes for the first time today. Top of the 9th inning, some history has a chance to be made. In the top of the 9th, it will be Bittner, Sorensen, and Viano who try to protect it from Fisher-Rausch, chasing history.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dano's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dano's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dano's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Leading things off in what could be the biggest inning of Fisher-Rausch's time in Pierre. It'll be Dean Bittner leading things off. He's 0 for 3 today with a foul out to first, a fly out to right, and a strikeout. First pitch to him will be called a strike for strike number 1. The crowd's starting to get into it. Rausch waits. Sets and deals to Dean Bittner. A swing and a miss for strike number 2. 3 outs away. Oh, 2. The Dean Bittner on the way will bounce in the dirt for ball number 1. So a ball and 2 strikes, the new count. Swing and a miss. The throw down now to the first baseman. He's in time. A strikeout for out number 1. It's strikeout number 9 of the ballgame. Rausch is the first Trapper to start a ballgame and also pitch in the 9th inning. It will be Jackson Sorensen, the new batter, 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a ground out to second, and a walk on his line. 1 away here in the top of the 9th, now 2 outs away. Waits, and the first pitch will miss for ball number 1. Fish, the deal outside makes it a 2-0 count. Fisher, sometimes called Fish, or as his teammates have started calling him Tuna because that's a type of fish. It's a whole confusing mess. As the 2-0 will also miss for ball 3, and some of the nerves might be starting to get to Fisher Roush. And that's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Jackson Sorensen will put a man on. But it also opens up the possibility for a game-ending double play. It's the 4th walk surrendered by Roush today, as it will bring up Owen Viano. Viano with a .259 batting average is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today after an 0 for 3 day yesterday. And so it will be a pinch hitter now in Caleb McDowell. First pitch will go low for ball number 1. McDowell batted yesterday, going 0 for 5. Will take the pinch hit appearance for the 0 for 3 Viano. So a ball and no strikes. Roush the deal, that one will get away. And taking off for second base is going to be Sorensen, putting a runner into scoring position off the wild pitch. And I think, in fact, it is the nerves starting to get to Roush. So now it will be McKenna coming out to talk to Roush. In one of the best performances in Trappers history. The least amount of hits the Trappers have ever allowed in one game was on June 29th of their inaugural season against the Casper Horseheads. It was a 1-hitter. 2-0 will catch the strike zone on the outside part of the plate to McDowell. 2 balls and 1 strike. McDowell in yesterday's ballgame struck out twice. Other than that, grounded out, popped out, and reached on a fielder's choice. Runner in scoring position with 1 away. Roush checks over at second. A ground ball to Perez. Perez will check over at second base. The throw on to first is in time and 1 out away. A 5-3 ground out for Caleb McDowell. And Fisher Roush is an out away from history here at Hyde Stadium. We'll get a standing ovation, as it will be number 3 in Nolan Lingley, who represents the final out and what stands between Fisher Roush and history. It's Roush against Lingley, runner at second base. He's gone through 8 2/3. The crowd on their feet. First pitch will fall in for strike number 1. It could be the first time in Trappers history. History trying to be made here on July 15th. The windup and pitch fouled off, 1 strike away from history. Fisher Roush, out of the Southeast Missouri State University, playing for the Redhawks. Pitched in the NCAA tournament, playing summer ball with the Trappers, and now is a strike away from the first time in Trappers history. Unified claps from the crowd, a strike away to Nolan Lingley, the pitch. Called strike 3, a no-hitter. Fisher Roush gets it done. The dugout will explode to celebrate with Fisher Roush for the first time in Trappers history, a no-hitter. My goodness, have a day, Fisher Roush. 0 runs, 0 hits for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, as the Gatorade shower will come out once more. And the kid from Missouri gets it done here in South Dakota. Unbelievable. The no-hitter for Fisher Roush gets it done on a called strike 3 to Nolan Lingley to end the ballgame. He ends the day with 10 total strikeouts, as Fisher Roush gets it done. and from best of my knowledge, the first no-hitter this season in the Expedition League. The ice from the Gatorade shower on the mound. A spattering of hats and gloves on the field. As Roush ends the day with the first no-hitter in Pierre Trappers history. We will wrap this entire day up, and be sure to stay tuned for the post-game show coming up. I don't need to say who the player of the game is. Fisher Roush joins us in approximately half an hour as our player of the game, as the first Pierre Trapper to ever throw a no-hitter. We'll be back for the Pierre Trappers post-game show.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Insanity from Pierre as Fisher Roush becomes the first Pierre Trapper ever to throw a no-hitter. Is trying to find him in the crowd right now. He has a lot to celebrate tonight with a no-hitter. Previously, the record was 1 base hit allowed in a ball game, as he'll go out to collect his hat and his glove after throwing it up in the air in celebration. 9 innings pitched by Fisher Roush. No hits, no runs, walked 4 and struck out 10 in an absurd performance as he'll be interviewed by the local paper here in Pierre. For the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, their pitching didn't do terrible. 11 base hits allowed, which is obviously not ideal, but only 5 runs, 2 of them earned, walking 2 and striking out 5. It was just the Trappers, and more importantly, Fisher Roush, that came out and got the job done for the first no-hitter in Pierre Trappers history. We'll take you through the final line score for the Whiskey Jacks. No runs, no hits. They committed 5 errors, leaving a total of 5 runners on base. For the Trappers, 5 runs on 11 hits. They committed 2 errors, leaving a total of 7 runners on base. No doubt about it, Fisher Roush gets the win as the starter, pitching the no-hitter. He improves to 2-3 on the season. Losing pitcher will be Ronnie Pietmeyer, who got the start. He falls to 1-4 on the season. Insanity here from Pierre, South Dakota, as the Trappers win 5-0. Remember, the Trappers will continue their time against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks tomorrow from Grand Forks, North Dakota. For a 3-game set with the same Whiskey Jacks, you can join me on the call on every platform that the game will be covered on. The Pierre Trappers Mixler channel, the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks Mixler channel, and the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks YouTube channel. So, from Hyde Stadium, Fisher Roush gets the first no-hitter in Pierre Trappers history as the Trappers victorious 5-0 over the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. We'll end this stream and stay tuned. Keep an eye out for the Pierre Trappers coach's interview after the game with player of the game, Fisher Roush. That'll do it here from Hyde Stadium. As another Gatorade shower coming, chasing him down is Caden Cardoso, trying to catch up with Fisher Roush, but the tuna's too fast. They're going to continue to chase him down the line, trying to escape. Climbing up onto that hill and escaping the second Gatorade shower as Cardoso is going to have to retreat. But about half an hour from now, maybe a little bit less, keep an eye out. Watch the YouTube channel as we will be having a post-game interview with Fisher Rausch. And now he accepts the Gatorade shower and gets absolutely dunked. We'll talk with Fisher Rausch soon. From Hyde Stadium, I'm Tyler Katz. You just watched the first no-hitter in Pierre Trappers history. So long, and we'll see you soon.